Hello and welcome back to Woodwork Journey. I'm Dean and today I'm going to hopefully try and do a reasonably quick vlog. We'll see how this goes, but I'll expand more on why that's happening in a little while. But we've got a few things to cover. We've got some new tools that I've had or received just because it's been my birthday recently, so I'll show you a little bit about what's there and what I'm excited about. I've also remade this entire side of the workshop. You will have to excuse the mess because I've still got to find places for some bits and bobs, but all this side of the workshop is all different and I've made all of that. It's all on wheels, it's all groovy. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. I've got another extra workbench behind me as well, which is more of an assembly slash outfeed table, which I'll talk to you about. And I've also had a little bit of a move around in the shop as well when it comes to storage, and we're not finished yet, but I needed to get back into doing stuff on YouTube. So this is where we are. So we've got a lot to cover today. I'll try not to keep you waiting. Let's get into it. Alrighty then, let's get into some new tools. Like I said, it was my birthday on the 1st of May, so these are some presents and things, some things that I had bought myself, but these are things that have come from family and so on. So let me tell you what I've got. First of all, we've got a couple of big, heavy clamps, parallel clamps that came from Amazon, and I've not used these yet, but I've got a job coming up where I will be using them. I'm excited to try these out. If I can find links for any of the stuff I talk about, by the way, I will post them down below. They will be affiliate links, but it doesn't cost you anything. But yes, so yeah, these ones, I've not tried them yet, but I will hopefully try them very, very soon. It does save me having to use my little kind of homemade gubbins that I was putting together for my glue ups and what have you, but no, this is going to be pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to giving these a crack because I've never used parallel clamps before, so that should be fun. So yeah, we've got those coming in. They're certainly heavy. These are 800mm ones and they are heavy, so yeah, that should be pretty good. Okay, next, cool tools and things that should I call this cool tools? I might do. Is my head shiny? Possibly. Right. This is something that I bought myself recently, and this is an Erbauer cordless, brushless saw. The reason I got this is because having a little bit of an issue with mobility a lot of the time, having things that are cordless absolutely helps my life no end. Now I've got the Erbauer drill and impact driver, which I've used for I think probably about a year now and had a really good time with. Apart from the drill, the chuck's going a bit weird, but it's still working. So when this came up secondhand on one of the Facebook woodworking groups, I snapped at the chance because I was saving up to buy one new anyway. So yeah, it's all good. I've also got one of the 5 amp hour battery packs for it as well, which is brilliant. Now the thing that surprised me about this is how quiet this is. I don't know whether that came up or not, but it's really quiet compared to a normal brushed circular saw. Because I've only had cheap ones before. This is so quiet. It's really good. And the brake is awesome. It stops almost instantly. So I'm really excited to get using this. Yesterday I managed to get in here for a little while and do a clean up of the blade that the nice man sent with it. But I will have to buy another blade at some point in time. And this is a 165 with I think this one's a 20mm on the inside of it. A 20mm arbor, but it's got it's actually a 16mm hole in there, so it's got one of the spaces in there. But this, very cool, and brushless, less vibration and stuff as well, which is brilliant. I'm really happy about that. Now then, the next thing, this, which is a Bosch PBS 75A, which is just a belt sander, but it's brilliant. It's loud. This isn't brushless, certainly not. But yeah, this is really, really cool. I'm very much enjoying this one because I had an old, like proper old Titan bench sander, belt sander with a little 6-inch disc sander on it, and you know, it was fine, or 5-inch, whatever it was. Anyway, it was fine, but it was horribly underpowered because it was so old, and changing belts was an absolute nightmare. So I got rid of that, and I got this. My wife got me this for Christmas as well, which is brilliant. Now it's heavy enough that I've actually been using it as is, so just upside down, no clamping it down or anything like that, and it'll just run and I can sand things. But one of the things that I will be doing is making a stand for it, so I can mount it in the stand that way up, so I can put a deck underneath here, a table against there, so I can use the belt sander to do 90-degree and different angles and all that sort of nonsense. So that's definitely something that's on the agenda, and I'm looking forward to that because this is a really solid piece of kit. I need to get some new belts for it already. So yeah, does everybody else just put like really angry grits on their belt sanders? Because I want to put like a 40 or a 60 grit on there or something like that, because it's not a finishing tool, is it? Anyway, that's brilliant. Don't know why it looks like a train. Is that I mean, I'm assuming that's an on-purpose thing, but I mean, I don't know why it's a thing. But anyway, that's pretty cool. Another couple of things then, just little things to look at. When I've been routing recently, it's been difficult to see exactly what I'm doing because the lighting in this shop isn't the best, and so it's difficult to see. So this was very kindly given to me by my sister-in-law for my birthday, and this is an LED headlamp, which is all fine and dandy, but if I just tighten that up a little bit, because I seem to remember it being a bit too short. Oh well, we'll deal with it. This has something, not only is it super bright, but this has something that I haven't seen in other ones, and that is that if we pop that on, right, there's the little control box right there. Right, where's the... So, we've got a little light going on right there, so I can see exactly what I'm doing, and looking down and doing things like that. It needs to be tighter, but I can see what's going on there, which is good. However, if I hit the little thingy again, is that the right one? No, that's turning it off. There we go. We've got the big old band as well. Slightly different colours. This is a bit cooler than the side torch, but it's all gravy. Now, the other cool thing about this one that I thought was awesome was if I click that, if I do that, is it that one? Did I click the right one? There's one of these. Know your products, Dean. There's one of these that if you click, there's another little side thingy on there. No, it's not doing it. It's not doing it. I broke it. I've broken it. Look, what I'm doing is there's a little hand thingamajig, so you can wave your hand in front of it and it will turn it on and off. I'm not just smacking myself in the head like a crazy person, but yeah, it's I'm just not going to get it to work, am I? I don't know why it's not working. It worked the other day, but anyway, it's still a bright head torch and worthwhile having in the shop. Then we've got a moisture meter. This is only a cheap and cheerful one, but it does the trick. I've been quite excited about how this has been working, and this is using AAA batteries rather than the sort of the is it the PP9 or PP, the square ones? Because I mean, who has those in their house in 2022? So yeah, pretty happy about this. It seems to be pretty accurate. We'll have to wait and see. As long as it kind of is accurate with other materials in the shop, then that should be fine and dandy. It doesn't have to have standalone figures. But that's that. And then finally, we do have some diamond sharpening plates as well, with a 400 and a 1000 grit on them. So I can set these up in my little sharpening station, because the ones that I was using were these like horribly cheap and cheerful Amazon ones, which were the cheapest ones that I could find on Amazon, and they just instantly rust and went a bit pear-shaped, but they've worked hard. Right, let's talk about shop things, shall we? I am trying to go quick. I know it's a bit of a mess, but I'm trying. Alrighty, so first, excuse the mess, but this is my mitre cabinet. It's just this piece and this piece with what's underneath it. But obviously where under the mitre saw, that's going to be lower. It's a bit of a mess up here at the minute because I'm going to make an enclosure to capture all of the dust and what have you that comes off that one. But this is a false drawer. This isn't real, but we do have drawers going on there, and then we've made a kind of one out of wood, a big bugger going in right there, which is always fun to get in. We do have a cabinet here as well. But these, and I will talk about all of these a little bit later in another video, because I'll tell you about how the build on this one went. But yeah, these are all covered with laminate flooring. So they're made by cheap 3x2 CLS timber, and then covered in some nice laminate floor. So yeah, job's a good one. Then we have this unit right here. Now these industrial looking drawers that are all metal drawers I found on Marketplace for like 20 quid or something, and I thought they looked too good not to use for something. So I built this entire system again, just 3x2 and laminate flooring, and built it around these particular drawers. So yeah, I think I love the look of these. I'm going to sort of do them up and repaint them and de-rust them and what have you, but I haven't had time yet. And these have got a bunch of tools in and stuff as well. So yeah, that's good. And obviously we've got this on over here, and I've got my pillar drill on it, and it's also is where the sander lives as well. Finally, all the way over here, we do have another pair of cupboards which have got sort of regular hinges in them, not soft close or anything like that. But again, just a larger unit. Now I made sure that all of these units were on wheels so they can be moved easily. I've also made sure that they're all the same height, so that works nice and easily. And I can also have an outfeed on my mitre saw over there. So yeah, these are all really good, but I will talk more about these in a future video. And the reason I want to talk about it in a future video is because these did not go as I'd planned. I did a few things that I'd never done before, which was use SketchUp to make them, or to plan them out at least. But there were a group of things that happened along the build process. And unfortunately, building these is why I've not been around for a couple of weeks, because after building them, my fibromyalgia decided to really kick my ass. And so, yeah, I've been in bed quite a lot with an inflamed spine and all that sort of good nonsense. So yeah, the ankylosing spondylitis as well was just dipping in and kicking me as well. So yeah, that's why I've not been about. But building these has been brilliant. I've got more space over here now than I had before, which is awesome. I think it looks a lot tidier. Well, once I've tidied it up, it will. But it looks a lot tidier than it did before, which is great. I really like the use of laminate flooring on it. But yeah, I will do a video separate about these, because yeah, it didn't go as planned, and I think I learned some things along the way that might be useful for other beginners as well. So yeah, let's go on to the next bit. Okay, now here is something, I mean, this is just put together really badly, to be fair. However, it was influenced by these two drawers. And the reason for that is because these came out of a drop leaf table that was super old, but had some amazing joinery, even though it used a lot of kind of plywood and chipboard and what have you. But yeah, these drawers were something that came out of that, and I thought they were too nice to take apart. So what I did was I wanted some more storage anyway, and I just replaced the handles with matching ones to the rest of it, and then built this whole unit. So I've got a load of rubbish that I haven't found homes for underneath at the moment, but yeah, over here we've got the two drawers, we've got some extra storage going on here as well, and then on top, what we have here is this is just a bit of, I think it was kitchen worktop or something, and I threw that on top of here because now I've got a kind of a melamine surfaced top for assembly. I did have this separately, albeit in a bigger form, on the floor that I would lift up and then put on top of my regular workbench, and it was a blooming nightmare. It was just hellish. But building this now means that I've doubled the width of my workbench, and these are about 600 mil in width, I think, something like that. and I've got more outfeed for over there, but I've also got a perfectly flat surface. Haven't quite joined it up in a perfectly flat way, but if I just use this side it's perfectly flat, or if I just use that side it's perfectly flat. But yeah, I've got a perfectly flat surface, and obviously because of the vinyl on the top of this, then, or the melamine and whatever it is, it doesn't stick. So with glue and what have you, it makes glue ups a lot easier as well. So we've got storage, glue up table, extra workbench, and outfeed table for the drill. So I'm pretty happy with that. Over here I've just cut a load more bits of laminate floor for something else actually that I forgot to tell you about in the cool tools. So what I did is I went ahead and purchased one of these off Banggood, the W New mitre gauge. Now this does come with a nice solid mitre runner, which is great, and it's adjustable and all this sort of stuff. However, because my Axminster TS220 that I picked up last year, and for what I thought was a bargain, and it is a great saw, but these bloomin' mitre slots are like 15mm wide rather than the normal 19, so I had to make another runner to go in there. That's again just another bit of laminate flooring for the minute, but it will do the trick. But as far as it goes, it still works, does everything it needs to, and I can kind of click it into place, tighten everything down, and away you go. So yeah, that's working rather well, but I will be replacing this runner probably with something out of aluminium or something later on down the line. And the final cool tool, which again I also forgot, are these little puppies. Now, my dad got me these yesterday, which I'm very thankful for. Now these are all-in-one or combination drill and tap sets. So this goes from M3 to M10, and I had previously, up till this point in time, been a complete Neanderthal and drilled things and then tapped them separately. Now, with these puppies, if I get the M10 out, that you might be able to see, it's all in one. So yeah, it's once you drilled it, you've tapped it at the same time. Now these are by a company called Rennie, and yeah, they seem to be quite good. I used them a few times already, and they seem to be quite good. So yeah, well done them. I will try and leave a link down below. So that's about it. I think that's probably, hang on, let me just grab my seat. So that's about it. So I think that's probably got everything covered. Like I said, there will be some more builds coming on. I've just been super poorly thanks to the illness, but you know, we're getting there slowly. I tried to come out the other day for a couple of hours and I didn't get very far, but today I am going to just do a little bit more tidying. I've got a little bit more peeling about with an idea. I did put a short up a little while ago about an idea I had with my pillar drill, because I haven't got a rack and pinion height adjustment, so I've used a lab scissor lift underneath, which I've taken out of where my router is, and yeah, but that's cool. But I will also do a workshop tour at some point in time, because my wood store that's now here used to be in that corner where I've got my cyclone and pneumatic big old wet and dry thingy, and then I've got my big chip collector over here. Now in this corner here I've currently got a lot of mahogany doors that I've got to figure out what to do with, and then I might build like a wardrobe or something, or stick something in there so I can try and cover things up and make them look a little bit tidier. But yeah, I've got more tidying to do on the surfaces of things, and we will get there eventually. But I've said it before, I think if you are someone that has a permanently super tidy workshop, then you might be a psychopath. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not judging, but I cannot have a permanently tidy workshop. But anyway, so that's what I've been up to. That's the tools that I've got. I hope to be getting back in. It's lovely having the door open, but it means I now have to talk to camera where people can just walk past at any given time, so that's fun. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully this has given you some stuff to think about. Yeah, we've got content galore. We've got the video showing how to make that stuff. We've got the video showing how to make how I'm going to approach making the belt sander kind of housing and all that sort of stuff. I've got a few other ideas in mind as well, and we've got something to do with the mitre station and various odds and sods. So yeah, there's a whole bunch to look forward to. I've still also got the Ox Tools chisel set that I've got to review, which I've still not done, yeah, I need to get that one done as well. So if you've got any thoughts about chisel reviews, if there's anything in particular that you want to see, then do let me know down below, because it's, you know, I can't tell you what they've been like after use of 2 years or whatever, but do you want to see them all sharpened up to start with, or do you want to see them as they come out of the factory and then how easy they are to sharpen, and all that sort of nonsense? Let me know. Let me know down below if you've made it this far. But thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you to all the new subscribers. We're not far away from 1,000 now, which is a bit exciting. Yeah, if you're not on my Instagram, please do follow me there, and I will speak to you very, very soon. But thanks very much indeed.